How do you start a vending business? So I thought maybe we could kind of focus on a lot of that tonight. We could talk about how you business, some tips to be successful, different things like that, and maybe somebody will jump on here and get some use out of this. Who knows?
Okay, yeah, that's actually one of my favorite topics to talk about is how I started my business.
Awesome. Well, before we get into all that, I don't know if maybe we're going to share it in some of the groups or share it on the Discord. I know you have a Discord server that you use. Can you tag everyone in that? Maybe get some viewers going for us.
Oh, sure. Let's see. I'll just.
We've already got our first viewer. Drippy Music jumped in and says hello. Hello, Drippy Music. Welcome to the live stream.
Everyone. Stream.
So, guys, this is kind of what I'm going to dub as the pilot of a vending podcast that I want to work on putting together. If Xtreme Vending wants to be a part of it all the time, I think that'd be pretty cool too. I'm not sure, what their plans are. We haven't really talked about it a lot offline, but know that it's something that we both want to do in order to help grow our channels. And I think it would be kind of cool to have you along as part of the process, because I know both yourself and myself, we are what we'll call small-time YouTubers, right? So we're not in that Jaime Ibanez claw kicker range, but maybe someday we can get to be to that point. One thing that I thought would be cool would be to start a vending podcast, and depending on how this pilot goes, the future of what a vending podcast would be for us. So, for anybody that's watching the replay of this, some comments down below. Let us know what you think. Give us thumbs up to like the videos, and don't forget to subscribe to both myself, Galaxy Games 843, and to Xtreme Vending. So we would really appreciate your support. All right, welcome back, sir. Thanks for sharing that out to the Discord server. I got the notifications just a minute ago. We appreciate that.
All right, cool. Am I showing up back up on the live stream? Yeah, they're back.
Yep,
okay,
you
cool.
are good to go. All right, so let's kick it off. Like I said, the question that always seems to come up on the Facebook groups is, how do you start a vending business? And with the whole pandemic and people in lockdown and everything that's going on right now, a lot of people are looking for ways to make some side cash, some side hustles, some passive income, some extra money. I know that, you had some success with that in the past as well, and maybe we can kind of talk about all that stuff. So first of all, the question that I want to ask is, what got you into this whole thing?
Oh, well, actually, I got started right before I got into claw machines. My parents, they did storage lockers, and they happened to win a business and made a trade deal, a locker trade, and they got a couple snack and soda machines. And so they gave it to me because they're awesome parents. And that's got me started in the vending. And I got to learn about the soda and the snack machines. And I was thinking, this is a lot of fun. I want to expand and learn more. So then I started going on YouTube, and I ran into channels like yourself, or actually the main one I ran into was Quick Play.
Yes.
Yeah, Quick Play was the first experience. And I'm like, man, these guys are kids. Is it really that simple to go out there? And so I got the courage. I went on Craigslist, and I saw this old, I forget the name of the machine, Treasure House or something like that, Toy House. And I saw it for sale for $600, and I decided I'll go out and place it before I buy it. So I went to my local grocery store and noticed that they had a nice spot for a claw machine. And I told them, hey, you guys can put a claw machine here, and I'll pay you a percent. And they said, okay. And so I went and I picked up the machine, had it placed before I even purchased it.
Wow.
Bought it, fly it over there, set it in the same day. And it came with plush, so I didn't do anything, just plugged it in and it was ready to go. That's how I got started with the claws.
So for those of you out there that are watching, it's not that easy. So I know for a fact, I've approached my local grocery stores looking to put machines in. I went to some national chains and I got shot down. First of all, it was hard just finding the person to talk to because the store manager couldn't do anything. He said, call your corporate office. Called the corporate office, got the runaround from a bunch of different people. Ultimately, I was told, no, we don't do that. So tell us, was this a local chain? Was this a big name?
This is just a mom and pop shop. Okay. I find that corporations, I don't know how Quick Play got themselves even a little bulk candy machine in a Walmart. such, because I've talked to the corporations, I've
Mm-hmm.
done the runaround. I really want to get inside of Walmart. I know there's like a viewer or two that's in my channel that actually have a Walmart location, but
Yeah.
those things are impossible to get. They and then I hear when you get it, I mean, it's definitely worth it, but they want like 50, 60% of your cut. So it's
Yeah.
expensive too.
It doesn't make any sense. It's funny though that you mentioned how QuickPlay has that machine in Walmart. And I know Eli and Cody, if you're watching out there, we appreciate all the videos you guys do. But I think they use a locator service. I think that's how they got that location.
Oh, that's
But
true. They did say,
also in the Facebook groups, and this is something that's probably not recommended to do, but I've heard of operators that will actually just go to a place like that and just drop a machine. Don't talk to anybody. Don't get permission. Just go and just drop a machine there, and then sooner or later, it might get removed. But just like how I got the runaround about getting permission to drop the machine, one person didn't make a decision. In like 12 people I talked to. So if you were to just go and drop a machine somewhere, someone else would probably think, oh, well, somebody else gave them permission or something like that. And I've heard of that being successful. Not that I would recommend that anyway.
right, that sounds it's really risky, but I can't lie. I've actually thought about just bringing just a little tiny bulk candy machine to my local Walmart because so many people walk by that.
Yeah, I mean, if you
I
got
don't think
if you got like a $40 gumball machine off of Craigslist or something like that, and you clean it up real good, and you just drop it off at your local Walmart, you might make your $40, maybe you make $100 back before they figure out what's going on and remove it. Who knows? But again, I do not recommend that.
yeah, I wouldn't recommend that either. I won't get in trouble giving out bad advice, but it sounds fun.
But I think it's really cool that you got started by finding machines in a storage locker. That's really cool. It's a great way to do it.
Yeah. And it was funny. When I got my first claw machine, I didn't have a no for a while. I actually placed, so I placed that first claw machine, and which is the toy house. And then I was like, claw machines are $3,000-4,000 brand new.
Mm-hmm.
They're hard to find used. I was lucky, at least in Arizona, I can't ever find them on Facebook or anything. It's really hard to come by. So when I started researching mini claw machines, and I was like, no one has mini claw machines, but they look so cute.
Mm-hmm.
So I went ahead and I spent I spent $1,200 on my first mini claw machine to get it shipped, right, fast shipped, and get it built and everything.
Yeah.
And I had before I even so
So I want to talk about that a little bit more in the future of this video because I know I researched ordering those, and it sounded like there was a lot of hoops to jump through, a lot of like paperwork, and a lot of like legal stuff or like brokers, and like the person I talked to had all kind of crazy stuff. So before we wrap this up today, let's talk a little bit more about that. We don't have to do it right now, but I definitely want to get more info about that because it seems like a giant hassle. I don't know.
it was, oh my gosh, that was so tough and scary. I thought I was going to lose thousands of dollars at times.
That's exactly because I'm going to send all this money to China probably, right? I mean, don't the machines come out of China, I think?
Yes.
Yeah. So I'm like, I don't know anything. I don't know how this works, and they tried to explain it to me, but it sounded really complicated. So hopefully you can, for those of you out there that are looking to buy machines from places like AliExpress or those kind of places, maybe we'll answer some questions for you today. Who knows? We do have a couple quick questions in the chat. Let's see. John Rivas says, "Hey Galaxy and Xtreme Vending." Hey John, thanks for joining the live stream. He also says, "If you had a bulk vending machine, what item would sell best?" So those kind of questions are always funny because there's never a right or a wrong answer really, because it depends on a lot of different factors. Location is the number one. What kind of location is it? So, like for example, since we're talking about grocery stores, let's talk about grocery stores and bulk vending. So I know when I was a kid, especially, I can remember in the entrance of the grocery store, there being a vending toy rack of all the quarter machines and things like that with different things in them. Do you remember stuff like that?
Yeah, I used to be the one that would always go ask my parents for a quarter or something.
Yep, same here. And now I think it's more challenging though because of there's all these national chains, and I've got actually a toy vending rack in storage right now that I'm trying to place, and I've tried all my grocery stores, but they're all national chains, and the one that has them already is the Food Lions already have racks, so I missed the boat on that. They're in all the Food Lions here, so I don't know. Finding those local mom and pop grocery stores, it's more challenging these days. That's for sure.
Yeah, it is. Well, it's interesting. My grocery store told me if the guy ever sells his route or gets rid of it, they ever change their bulk vending, they'll have me be their bulk vendor,
Oh,
which
that's
I don't think
awesome.
that will happen. But that was nice thought and
Oh, okay.
suggestion.
So there's already bulk vending there. Do they have like a toy rack? Is that what's
Yeah,
already there?
they already had some toys, so I knew that was the other thing when I was researching. I was like, well,
Hmm.
they already have a vendor of some kind. Will they be okay with me? But it's not really competition when you have bulk vending versus claw machine.
You know, it's
Two
kind of funny
different
that you
things.
say that too. That's kind of like my pizza location. So I'm sure you've seen in my videos. My I've got a mini claw in a pizza shop, and next to it is another vendor's bulk vending machines. And I think that was one of the ways it was so easy for me to get that machine located because they already had bulk vending. So yeah, so looking for a place that already has something there and kind of building on top of that is one way you can definitely be successful. Agreed.
Yeah, yeah. That's a good point. Like when I'm placing my claw machines, I've learned to just go on the internet and Google maps, and then I find a good location. I look at the inside store pictures, and I see what they have before I drive all the way over there
That
and
is
make a commitment. Yeah,
that is outstanding advice because I know I've been to many locations where I just hit the street and I'll be like, well, that might be a cool place. And I'll just walk in and there they've got bulk vending, they got video games, claw machines, they got everything already. And it's like, oh, well, how's your service? Everything good? Or, what do you say at
yeah.
that point?
I know that's a hard sell. Then you have to try to convince them a bet higher percent, but then I don't want to pay too much because I want to make more money too myself.
Absolutely, absolutely. Hey, real quick, guys. Any of you in the chat, if you could let us know how the audio sounds. If audio sounds good, let us know. Tell us audio sounds good. If it doesn't sound good, tell us it doesn't sound good. I just want to make sure that we're everyone's able to hear us properly and things. I'm guessing because we're getting some chat that you're able to hear us, but let us know if it sounds good, if it doesn't sound good, just to make sure. Cool. All right, so so you kind of gave us a little bit of an update or a broad overview of how you started your vending business. So, what got you from that soda and snack machine that you found in the storage unit to really getting involved with the mini claw machines? You started to tell us about it. Tell us more.
Oh yeah, so you mean like well, after I got the snack and soda machines and I saw Quick Play, one of the first things I asked them, and they were actually just came out with a video saying that their favorite vending machine out of all the, I mean, I love the coin pushers. They're not legal in Arizona,
And not
but they said
not in
if I'm
South
coin
Carolina either.
pushers, yeah, I would love to have a coin pusher. But
Mm-hmm.
they said that their favorite vending machine type is the claw machines.
Mm-hmm.
And so, yeah, so I really got involved with the claw machines after that point because I actually tried placing. I look at your channel and you have so many great locations with your snacks machine and your soda machine. And if I wasn't given this route, I would never been able to place any snack and soda machines. So I went out there and I learned the hard way. You don't buy the machine first before you have a location because I spent a whole bunch of money on buying. I actually have a machine, a combo machine out in my front yard, just been sitting there. I had it placed so many times, but I could never get it over there because then they're always backing out and then problems. So I found that I had to find something different. So that's when I researched Quick Play and found that claw machines were the way to go for me, at least.
Yeah, that's definitely there's a giant benefit to amusement games because first of all, you pretty much work with one type of product when it comes to stocking your machines, and it's just the prizes. So I know for my claw machines, I love them because number one, nothing that's inside expires, right? So you don't have to worry about throwing
Right.
things out in the future. So that's one benefit. But at the same time, I think it's a lot less work than like soda and snack machines because I mean, for those of you out there watching, vending businesses are great, but amusement is really the way to go because you basically show up once a month and collect your money and you're on your way. You throw some stuffed animals or some prizes in there and you're good to go. You don't have to worry about.
And like you said, you don't have to
Yeah.
worry about expiration
Mhm.
on your product going bad.
Yeah,
So
for sure. Yeah, yeah. If I could do all amusement, I totally would. But at the same time, I still love my soda and snack machines.
yeah, well, definitely. I can't get rid of. I thought about getting rid of my snacks and soda machine
Hmm.
because of the pandemic and everything. But when it came down to it, the extra few $100s a month. I haven't even featured that machine on my channel at all because I wanted to focus on the claw machines.
Hmm.
But I love getting that extra few $100s every single month from the snack and soda machine. So.
Yeah, and why don't you feature that? You should feature everything on your channel, everything you can, man, everything you can.
Well, yeah, I actually almost did, but every time I go over there, that location it's in a commercial area,
Okay.
and they are so dirty. It's cotton gin. In Arizona we have a lot of farms, at least where I live,
Yeah.
and there's tons of cotton all over the place, and it's so loud, and it's like I feel like I'm in a war zone when I go there.
Okay, I understand that, but that's why you just use your video and then do a voiceover like I do.
Yes, I know you got, but you're so good at that, like the voiceovers. When I do my videos and I do those voiceovers, I'm like, oh my gosh, what do I talk about here? I'm not very.
Well, it's funny too because I often find that I find myself rambling about just unneeded things half the time, anyways, just to fill the time.
But you never seem like you ramble though. That's the thing. Like I can watch your video all the way through. When I'm driving, I won't be able to watch the screen, but when I'm driving, I'm playing. I just listen to it on the audio, and then I just, I enjoy listening to your conversations and all your information and your struggles and your success.
Awesome. Well, hopefully everybody out there feels the same way, and that's why maybe a podcast about vending would be successful. So who knows if this, like I said, if this takes off, if things go well, if you all out there like this type of content, again, make sure you throw some comments down in the chat for us. Give us thumbs ups, and don't forget to subscribe to both Galaxy Games 843 and Xtreme Vending. We appreciate that, guys.
Yeah, I would love that, especially if I can get that live stream moment where I can live stream on my mobile device.
You know what, though? You've got a really nice mobile device. I just got a standard Motorola smartphone here, and it's kind of funny because the last auction, I'm sure you've seen my auction videos. The last auction, I did a live stream before the auction happened, right? And I was walking around, and I know the quality is not as great as it can be, like I do with my actual camera I use for the actual auction. But one of the comments was, "You need to hit the camera auction." I'm like, yeah, I know, because my live stream quality with my mobile device isn't as great as it could be. So I know that, guys, and that's one thing that hopefully soon I'll be able to upgrade. But again, we just got to keep these channels growing in order for us to upgrade our equipment. That's what it is. All right, so I guess now's a good time. Let's talk about those mini claw machines, how you get them. Like I was saying, it seems like it's such a pain in the butt to get everything ordered and shipped and brokerage and all this stuff. Can you give us kind of a high level overview of how that process works for you? Because I know I've researched it, and it sounds challenging.
Yeah. Okay. My first order was pretty simple because I paid for it and they aired it. I didn't have to worry about customs. Mm-hmm. Okay. They flew it over, and but that's not ideal because now you're spending $800 on shipping per machine, and it's every machine. Like you would have to do $800 per. There's no discount rate, so you don't want to do it that way. So you want to ship it by freight, which takes a long time. Mm-hmm. And my first large order, I ordered 10 mini machines, and there was fees all over the place that I didn't know about. I had to hire a broker or an agent. And they wanted business information, business license and stuff, your LLC information. They wanted proof of all this stuff. And here my product is going onto the boat, and the broker's asking like 20 different questions. And I'm new at this. I'm like, I don't even know what I'm doing. So I just uploaded so much. I felt like I signed my life away on that.
And that's exactly what I was running into when I started doing the research, because I wanted to get like one or maybe two just to test the waters and see how they go. I wasn't ready to place like a big 10 machine order like you're talking about. But go ahead. I'm sorry.
Yeah, no, that's great. Claw Masters is his YouTube channel. That's great. It was funny because Claw Masters is part of the story because so I ordered that first 10, and by then I'm doing my YouTube channel and I'm brand new, probably 15, 20 subscribers. Claw Masters is probably one of my first subscribers out there. And I ordered another 12 later because I got the 10 pretty much placed, and I wanted, it was 15 machines, 13 little ones and 2 large ones. That's when I started getting my large ones. Mm-hmm. And I thought maybe the second time would be easier. And I found that ordering it again was just as hard. And that's when Claw Masters contacted me, and he ordered from another company. And that company will ship to your door. And you won't need an agent. You won't need anything. Whatever the dollar amount is, it will go straight to your door. And it's actually every video I ever post, I always post that same link. I don't get any commission from it. I wish I did, because I probably sold maybe 100 machines between my followers. I would love a 2% commission or whatever, but no, I don't get any commission from this. But you can order your machines, as little as 4 machines, I believe, the smallest order, and
Mhm.
they'll ship door to door. And whatever they quote you is what you pay, plus the buyer's fee,
So
which is like 3%. But yeah, you don't have to deal with any of that.
so you don't need the brokers, you don't need any of that stuff with that. All right,
Nope,
guys,
no
that's
brokers, nothing.
that sounds
So
like that's something they take a they sounds like they take out a lot of the guesswork. So make sure you guys go check out Extreme Vending. Down in every video description, there's a link to the I don't know if is it their business or is it their website, whatever it
it's
is.
right to the Alibaba's page,
Okay.
and you just search for actually Randy Rainey, whatever. Excuse me, I'm not really good at pronouncing her name. It's spelled Rain with an extra N and a Y, so
Yeah.
I call it Rainey or Randy. She's my agent, and she always she takes care of all of that. I don't even have to show her my business license or anything. So you just give them the money, and they only ask. I think they ask like 50% down, and then they'll get started, and then you pay the last 50% when you're ready. And so if you order 4 machines, I think she quoted me the last time 2,600 shipped to my door, everything out the door, 2,600 for 4 machines, and that means that's about what, just under $700 a piece.
Yeah.
And I could get four more mini claw machines. So.
No, that's awesome. And I've watched your videos. It seemed like you had no problem getting those machines placed because you go all over the place. It seems like a lot of restaurants mainly. I mean,
oh yeah, the mini claw machines are so easy to place. Like, most people, when they think of claw machines, they think they have to sacrifice a big portion of electricity and room. Mini claw machines, they see it and they're like, oh, that's not what I thought. I actually want that in my store. And next thing you know what, they want 2 or 3, and they ask you about, hey, you want to put some sticker machines in here, some bulk vending, and
yep.
yeah, I get this a lot.
So that's great because it kind of opens up that door for more business. That's really really cool. I know, like when I placed my mini claw, it was at that pizza shop, and there was already bulk vending there. But one of the reasons why I hadn't placed a machine there over the multiple months was because they didn't have enough space. So when I actually acquired a mini machine, they were like, "Yeah, bring it up. That's fine, no problem." Because I wanted to put a big one in there, but they just didn't have the room. So yeah, if you're having trouble locating machines and space is the issue, mini claws are a great way to start.
Yeah, they're my favorite by far. I really really love them. So
For sure.
but, yeah.
Well, I know you pull a lot of money out of those things. We're a lot of us are watching those, man. Like, man, I wish I had that many claw machines.
And sometimes I wonder myself, do they think I'm staging this? Because I'm not. That's why I did that live stream,
Mm-hmm.
and I love to show the people the live stream so I can actually drive up there and just open them up. Because I just did a collection of the videos. I haven't turned in the footage yet and started working on it. I just did a collection, and you're talking about 1 week, 2 locations. I almost came out with $300.
Yep.
In wait between 2 locations.
It's funny that you mentioned about the whole staging thing because I know I've been accused of staging money in my machines, and I'm like, if I was going to stage money in my machine, I'd put a lot more in there, What I mean? But
Yeah.
but there are YouTubers out there that stage their videos like that, and usually you can tell. You can tell when that happens because it's just not genuine. But I can assure everyone out there, I myself and I know Extreme Vending here, we do not stage our collections, not at all.
For sure.
Because if we did, they would be full every time.
Yeah, I know. I would have thousands of dollars in my, and then you get all those views and stuff because people will be like, "Oh my gosh," but it'd be lying.
Mm-hmm.
And I don't want to lie to my viewers.
No, definitely not. That's we want to maintain credibility. All right, we got a couple of things in the chat. Let's see. Kim says the audio sounds good. Thanks, Kim. Top Puzzle says great videos, good idea. Okay, cool. Maurice Noel says good night, and Top Puzzle also says just one machine. I'm guessing he's probably looking to just try out one mini claw machine. I'm guessing that's about the time that came in. All right, cool. So anything else or tips or best practices that you want to share?
Well, like I said, when you're placing for me, and actually I was trying to stress it in my next video because I want people to understand when you're placing a machine. And I think that's where I want to go in my next few videos is try to show how to place a machine. But what I do, I've learned as I just go to Google Maps. Actually, on my live stream channel, I'll give a map right now, and I search an area, and I just I find a location that I think will work. Like a restaurant or whatnot.
Yeah.
And then I click on the images, and once I look through the pictures, I want to make sure that they have space. Maybe they don't have a claw machine in there because I really don't want to mess with trying to undercut someone. or whatnot.
Mhm.
And once I get that location, once I try. Sometimes I call them if it's far away and see if the manager or owner's there before I drive in. And then usually they're like, "Oh yeah, the owner's going to be here anytime." And then I go over there and I show them the machine. I bring the machine with me too.
Well,
And the
when they're
owner
mini, you
is
can,
like,
right? That's easy when they're
yeah.
mini.
And that's my advice to anyone who's getting involved with mini claw machines. Yeah. So
Very cool. Very cool. Quickly, Big E's Vending says hello. Hey, Big E, thanks for joining the live stream, buddy. Appreciate your time this evening for me, anyway. All right. So I guess we can talk a little bit more about how to start a vending business, because that is the question that always seems to come up. And, a lot of things that are questions that people ask about starting a vending business is, I think they're really looking at a lot of the legality stuff. And, do I need an LLC? Do I need to do this? Do I need to do that? What permits do I need? And a lot of times we are not going to be able to answer those questions for you, because a lot of it really deals with your local government. But as far as LLC, and insurance is another question I always see a lot. I would definitely recommend things like LLCs and insurance, because you don't want to be liable if somebody pulls a machine down on themselves or gets hurt, whatever, from their machines. So I would definitely recommend that. That's one question I see all the time. I'm not sure what your setup is over there, Xtreme Vending, but I know I myself, I've got both the LLC and I've got just a general liability insurance, which I think is key. It's really not that expensive.
yeah.
Mm-hmm.
That's pretty smart too. Like, I got an LLC set up. Insurance, I haven't really gotten into yet,
Mm-hmm.
but I've actually really thought about that too. Because one thing about the mini machines is, if you don't have them bolted down, you can actually shake that machine. I've had
Yep.
people shank the machines before, and that's always been a concern of mine. Is like, what if it falls on them or something like that?
Yeah, for sure, for sure. And kind of now that you mentioned that, I know you have machines in laundromats, don't you? A couple laundromats.
Yes, yes.
Yeah, how do you secure those? Because like my laundromat machine is the one that always gets broken into, so that's the one thing I always worry about when it comes to mini claw machines. Because let's be honest, they're about the size and weight where somebody could easily pick them up and just carry them out of the laundromat, right? So what do you do to secure those machines?
I just I get some self-tacking screws
Okay.
and some bolts and whatnot, and I just screw it into the wall. I usually get permission from the owner real fast. I tell them I want this machine here, but it's not worth losing a machine if I can't. And then I've learned if they let me bring in multiple machines, I just screw the machines together side by side.
Oh, there you
That
go.
way, that like I put
Mm-hmm.
the big one there, and the little one next to each other, and screw them down together, and that way they can't take it. It's pretty hard. And then most locations, I can find a corner where I can snug them in there
Yeah,
and tie them together. But I
for
haven't
sure.
had anyone try to steal my machine, but I did have someone who torched one. So
That's crazy, crazy. Yeah. Well, it always makes a good video when stuff like that happens. So,
yes, yeah.
take a lemon and make lemonade, right? That's what I always do when I have a problem. I make a video out of
Well,
it.
I took that machine and parted it out.
Hmm.
So I actually had, and there's video going to be uploaded here probably tomorrow or Tuesday.
Okay.
It's going to be my next video. I actually had to pull out the parts from the torch machine and replace some parts on my other vending machine. So it worked out.
Awesome, awesome. Well, hey man, we really do like the consistency that we're seeing from you. So keep it up, man. That's awesome. That's going to help you grow much more consistent and faster. It's a good job.
Oh, thank you. Well, you're big inspiration, Galaxy. So
Well, I try to do 2 videos a week, sometimes 3, but usually 2. Almost never 1.
yeah.
But this
Hey,
week,
you're growing.
this
Like
week,
I remember before I got sick, you had just barely hit 1,000. Like come back, you're nearly doubled that now.
well, you know what's funny? So yeah, it took me 1 year, basically 1 year from the time I started my channel till I hit 1,000 subscribers. And for the first probably, let's see, September, because I started in September of 2019. September, October, November, I did, maybe like just a couple videos. And then December, like right before Christmas 2019, I got real serious. I was watching Quick Play, I was watching AFC Vending and Jaime Ibanez. And I was like, you know what? That looks like fun to just make videos and just show people how this whole thing works and kind of, document my progress and just see how things grow. And just, I think, I thought it'd be fun. I never thought I'd get 1,000 subscribers ever. But, 1 year in, I got 1,000 subs. And now we're, it's what, like 5 months since then? And
Yeah.
we just passed 1,800 subs. We're working our way to 1,900. And I couple successes that I've had with that was, number one, I'm consistent. So I upload a video usually every Wednesday I call the midweek video because sometimes it can be Tuesday or sometimes it can be Thursday, but usually on Wednesdays. And then I do a weekend video as well. It's usually Saturday, but sometimes it can be Sunday. And this week, we got one last night and we're doing a live stream tonight. So we're getting 3 videos this week. So we're cool like that. A couple things in the chat real quick. Claw Maniac says, oh, here's the chat. Looks like he couldn't find the chat. So welcome, Claw Maniacs. Big E's Vending says, do you think more people will start doing vending? Yeah, I do. Especially when you think about it's something that you can do and still keep a regular job. I know, and that's one question I had for you, Xtreme. Do you have a regular job too?
Well, not like your typical 9-to-5 job.
Okay.
My father, he builds houses.
Okay.
So I go over and help with him all the time for a little extra money. But honestly, I can actually, when I was sick, I survived off of pure vending machine income. I haven't really worked too much because I have this vertigo problem now. Gotcha. And I get dizzy. And we were framing a house the other day, putting up the exterior walls. I go up on the ladder to nail off the top plate of the exterior wall, and I start getting dizzy and I almost fell off. So I was like, I'm very limited right now in my labor, so I'm almost purely off the claw machines right now. But I could live off the claw machines, but I like keeping myself busy.
Yeah, for sure. Well, stay safe when you're doing your construction work. That sounds scary. But yeah, I mean, vending, it's if you get enough machines, it can definitely be a full-time gig. It can be a career. I know, probably like a lot of people out there, they're doing vending right now. My numbers are down compared to what they should be due to the pandemic or all that stuff. Yeah. But things are getting better, guys. Things are starting to open back up. Restaurants are starting to have full capacity again. Even in places that were in heavy lockdown, things are starting to get better. I'm still not all the way out yet. Like garage, it's still on lockdown. My break and alignment shop is still on lockdown, so I'm really only servicing the employees at those locations currently. But I know you have a lot of restaurant locations, right? So are your restaurant locations seeing any lockdown at all? Are they 100% open? Are they 50% open? Like, how's that working for you?
Well, I just had one opened up this month, and after being closed for nearly a year, so that's great. But it's only done, it's only done like $5 in sales in like 3 weeks because they're still going through the drive-through. So those ones are a little bit rough, but most of my locations we only locked down. Arizona only locked down for like 3 weeks.
Gotcha.
And then the restaurants opened up. Entertainment places didn't open for like 3 or 4 months, but when they got going, Arizonians just love going out and having fun because it's so boring. Right. There's not much to do in the heat. We stay pretty busy.
I know I've still got a lot of places here, like movie theaters and stuff, that are still closed. My Regal Cinema is still closed, but the Cinemark Cinema is open, which is crazy. So half hour, I don't know. All right, we got a couple more questions. Top Puzzle says, how do you do taxes? Top Puzzle, I kick those off to an accountant, man. I don't want to mess those up, so I let somebody else handle those for me. How do you do your taxes?
I do it myself. I keep kind of, I do receipt paper a lot of time when I pay out, but not all the time, but some people want to pay cash, so I let them deal with that. But I keep receipts, I keep things documented with my videos, and I kind of keep notes. Like I have an Excel sheet that I just keep track of. And then it's really easy. I only shop at a few areas like Amazon, AA Global is one of them, and Alibaba and AliExpress. Those are where I get my product. So I just kind of keep a tally up of all my expenses. And when it comes down to it, after my expenses and payouts and product costs, it's not too hard. It just takes like a couple hours to figure out. As long as you're organized, it doesn't take too long to do your taxes.
Oh, yeah. No, I agree. I keep spreadsheets for everything. I probably keep too many spreadsheets. Like I've got inventory spreadsheets. I've got money spreadsheets. I've got service spreadsheets. I've got all kinds of crazy spreadsheets. So I probably keep too many of them. But yeah, I agree. More is better, or less is, no, not less is more. More is better. So, all right, another question. Actually, Clawmaniacs, I think this one's directed at you. He says, I didn't know your father did that, but I did know he's skilled when he helped you with your glass.
Oh, yeah. What happened was that same laundry mat, that same machine that got torched, that machine went through so much. Actually, I can probably, do you guys want to see it?
Yeah. Let's take a look at it. Yeah,
this machine, it's gone through a lot. But it was really weird. They punched the glass and they broke it open and they left all the product in there. So we just went and got fiberglass Unfortunately, it's really dirty looking, but it doesn't matter. This is. Can you see that? Okay.
Yeah, we can see it great.
They got torched. They broke the lock. Um, I've been using it for parts. They tore apart this to get the coins. I just did the collection, so they probably only ended up with like $10
That's
for all
hilarious.
of my damage. And then this is yeah, it's damaged like
So,
crazy.
so do you ever plan on fixing that one back up and putting it back out, or is that strictly just that's your go-to parts machine now?
Well, since the cage is so busted up,
Yeah,
I'm not. I'm just going to use it for parts.
gotcha, gotcha.
I tried working on it, and I just thought to myself, you know what? I'm having, because I've had machines that gone through lots of plays, like $4,000 or $5,000 in plays,
Hmm.
and there's little things that are starting to falter, and so I just pulled it out, so some of the parts and replaced
Well,
them.
that's another great tip. So a lot of us that are, new to vending or starting out vending, we go out there, we buy a machine, and we go and we place it, and that's it. And so if something happens, we don't really have any spare stock or parts. So I've started acquiring parts as I go, but there's still like, if something big were to go down, I'd be out of commission in my that whatever that machine is, probably for a little bit until I can get something ordered or whatnot. So I think it's good that you keep that there like that.
Yeah, yeah, and it doesn't like they don't take up much room.
Hmm.
So, but the thing is most of the stuff is most of my machines are still under warranty. That machine
Yeah,
just happens not to be under warranty.
gotcha.
And then if I ever have a problem, I have contacted the suppliers. The most expensive part is shipping. If it's not under warranty, you're looking at like $20 for the part, but
Hmm.
$50 for shipping.
Gotcha. Yeah, that's one thing that drives me absolutely insane is buying something the shipping costs more than the actual thing you're buying. Drives me insane.
Yes.
All right. We got another question. Big E's Vending says, "What state do you guys live in?" So, Big E, I'm in South Carolina, and I'll let Extreme
I
answer.
Yeah, I'm in Arizona, the best state in the world,
I
except
do,
for it's so hot.
I do love Arizona. I was in Phoenix a long time ago, and it was a great city. Everything was so clean in Phoenix, like, and nobody had yards, which was I thought was weird, but but it was a great state. Yes, I agree. It was
That
very
good
hot.
stuff.
All right. I guess we can maybe talk a little bit about how I got started in vending because I know a lot of people are asking about how everyone gets started. So I
Yeah,
actually got
that was
started.
actually, I really wanted to hear the
All right,
story of you.
I can tell you some stories about how I got started in vending. So it kind of happened by accident, really. So I've been an arcade and pinball machine collector for over 10 years, and I started by buying a couple machines, a couple arcade games to have in my basement when I lived up north because I had this big empty full basement. So I bought a couple arcade games, and then I started finding broken arcade games for really, really cheap prices. So I started buying broken arcade games and fixing those up and making them work again and adding to my collection. And that kind of is what got me into the whole coin op thing. Now, the whole time I've been doing arcade and pinball, I've been seeing vending machines in these warehouses, and I've been seeing things like that, but I've never really bought or acted upon them because I never really had a way to do the business, I guess you could say. But in 2014, my job relocated me to South Carolina, so I had to sell off all my arcade games. I kept two, but I sold all my arcade games, and I had to move like 700 miles south. So when I got to South Carolina, of course, the first thing I did was start buying more arcade games to replace all the ones I sold and fixing them up. And ultimately, though, in the South, we don't have basements. So I don't have a basement in this house. So I've got my little office studio game room here that I have my core games in. But I didn't have room to keep all these games I was buying. So I started buying games that were broken, fixing them up, and selling them, and then using that money to buy more games, fix up and sell, and so on and so forth. And
Pretty cool.
it became like a great little hobby. So in the long run, though, after I got moved to here to South Carolina, the company that moved me here closed up shop. And when that happened, I said, I don't want to rely on one company for an income anymore. I want to have multiple streams of income going forward. So of course I still have a regular job, but now, what I was doing arcade games, and now I got into vending, like I said, by accident because a buddy of mine's friend. I know that sounds funny, but a buddy of mine's friend, so a friend of a friend, owns a laundromat, and it's our laundromat location. So he had, I think he had Coke servicing his laundromat for drinks, And I'm sure everybody out there watching this live stream or watching the replay has heard the stories about the service that you
Yeah.
get from Coke or Pepsi,
Yeah.
how terrible it is. And this was no different. He got terrible service. His machine was always out of stock, or it wasn't working, or something like that. So he called up my friend and said, "Do you know anybody that does vending?" And my friend says, "Well, what do you want done? Maybe we can do vending for you." So we actually went out. We sourced a machine. We went out and bought a soda machine, placed it, and it's been going great ever since. Now, of course, we've had some issues with break-ins and stuff at that location, but otherwise, that was our first
This is
location.
that had the lock the
Yep.
power box.
Yep.
Okay.
Yep. Yep. So that was our first location, and it's been one of our best locations ever since. Of course, we've had a few problems due to the patrons, not the actual business, but the patrons of the business. But
Yeah.
once I got that first location, I was like, all right, well, let's make this work. Let's make something out of this. So we started buying more machines, getting more locations, and I'm one of the ones that says buy the machine first before you find the location. And
Okay.
I understand that other people say find the location first, then go out and find a machine for that. But the reason why I buy the machine first is because when I find the location, I don't want to have to wait 3 or 4 weeks to place a
4
machine.
days.
I want to be able to get that machine there right away before they change their mind. You know what I mean? So I want it in there. So I like to have machines on hand. But so that's how we got started. And like I said, we've just been growing month over month. And of course, we've lost some locations, we've gained some locations, but ultimately, it's really a fun side thing. So yeah, that's how we got started.
That's pretty cool. So it just kind of had a friend that had a
Hmm.
laundromat, huh?
Yeah.
You decided to take it over. That's pretty slick.
It was really great, and I wish all locations were that easy, but they're definitely not.
So what you expanded, obviously. What's your approach on? Because, like I said, I tried placing these. I got one. I placed. No, I placed two machines myself, two combo machines myself. And you know what happened? After a month of placing it, the one place said, "Oh, corporation won't let us have this," and the other place, coronavirus happened, got locked down, and the machine broke down, and now it's stuck in a place that I can't even get to. I was like, man. And I'm like, I'm going to claw machines only.
Right? Yeah. So, yeah. Quite honestly, what we do is we find machines on Facebook, Craigslist, things like that. Buy them, fix them if we have to, place them. That's the way we roll. I know I see a lot of people that are just starting out, and especially in the Facebook groups, and they're posting things like, "I need to buy a machine. I wanted to have a credit card reader. I wanted to have this. I wanted to have that." And while that's a great, those are always great machines that have the credit card readers, but don't limit yourself to those guys. Those will always tell you how much money you have in the machine or how much inventory. But if without a good location, you're going to spend a lot of money for a machine that doesn't make it back in a timely manner. Some of my locations, I would never even think about putting a brand new machine with a credit card reader in it because those are going to cost you thousands of dollars, and those locations might not make even $100 a month. Think about how long it's going to take you to make your money back in that case. So like I said, I see a lot. Yeah.
Yeah, you got expenses.
Yeah, exactly. I see a lot of questions, and everybody always wants that brand new machine with that credit card reader. But if you're just starting out, guys, before you go and invest all that money, maybe it's a good idea to get something used and see how it goes for you. See how you like it.
Yeah. Have you ever thought about getting an ice cream machine? I know in Arizona that'd probably be a good idea, but I don't know about South Carolina.
Nope. No, I don't want to do an ice cream machine. And big picture, and one of the reasons why I don't want to do an ice cream machine, I'm gonna thank Jaime Ibanez out there. He's a big time YouTuber, and he's got one ice cream machine in a hotel, I think it is. And he's had problems. All his ice cream melted. He had to go scrub that machine out. And it looked disgusting. He had to go.
That's awful.
He had to go out and buy a freezer for his house just to store the ice cream for that machine. I'm like, no, I'm not interested in that.
Oh, yeah, I didn't think about that. Okay, yeah, that doesn't sound fun.
Definitely not. All right, we got a couple more questions. Big Eats Vending says, where do you guys buy your claw machines from? So I know I buy my claw machines from the auctions that I go to, and if you go back in my previous videos, you can kind of see how many claw machines are always available at those auctions. Xtreme?
I buy them from Alibaba, which is a trade site based in China.
So yeah,
But,
there's definitely ways to do it. You can find them on Facebook Marketplace, find them on Craigslist. I've got one for sale on Facebook Marketplace right now that I'm retiring from my fleet, and I thought I'd get a lot more messages about it because it's priced pretty low, but not yet. So we'll see. If you want to own a genuine Galaxy Games 843 claw machine, look me up on Facebook, guys.
Yeah. Something we were talking about like a week ago, because we talked a week ago,
Yeah.
I thought it was really smart. And I think this is a great tip for people who decide to buy the machines before they have them placed or they buy a lot of machines.
Mhm.
You have a swap meet that you place your machines in. Instead of renting a storage locker where you're renting $200-300 a month for storage, you place it in a swap meet and you pay about the same amount, if not a little bit less maybe, and you collect money from it.
Yeah, I basically I have a local flea market, and I never feature it on the channel, guys, because I'm not proud of this location because it's very what's the word I'm looking for? It's very low caliber, we'll call it. It's the whole place is not very clean. I'm just not proud of it at all. So I don't post it on the channel, but it's basically just storage that kind of pays for itself. So it's got like my bulk vending machines and things like that I'm currently looking for locations to place, and right now that's where I just keep them while I'm looking for better locations right now. Basically, I'm trying to scale that back though.
Yeah, but I thought it was pretty smart. I was like, man, because before I had all these machines. When I ordered all those bulk machines, I had a storage locker, and I thought to myself, that was actually pretty smart as a Galaxy game. I should have thought outside the box and did something like that. It would have saved me money.
Hey, we got Nightcore Wolf Arcade that joined us and put a quote in or a comment in, and I'm pretty sure Nightcore Wolf is the guy with the Walmart locations. He says, "I live in Louisiana, and we barely have any arcade machines. At our Walmart, Player One Amusement Group closed the arcade, so hopefully when I get started, I can get locations easily." So, welcome Nightcore Wolf Arcade. Cool to have you, man. Yeah, so I know like some of my local Walmarts, well, really just one in particular. They have a game room when you walk in. And I know that's uncommon, but they do have a game room where there's like a claw machine. There's like a couple like just regular non-electric vending machines, like the quarter capsule machines. They've got, I think, like a driving
Maybe
game.
A racing game.
Yeah, something like that. So do any of your Walmarts down there have those?
I live in a smaller town, which I branch out. I'm like in the center, so I can go one way and be in a major city, another way major city. The major Walmarts, yes, they have those arcade rooms, but my local Walmart, it only has 2 claw machines, and it's the most pathetic Walmart ever because their claw machines have been off during the whole coronavirus.
Yep.
And every other Walmart, their arcade stores are up and going.
Well, you know what's funny? My local Walmart, they have something like in like that. I don't want to call it the lobby, but it's like when you walk in, but it's like right. Where they keep the carts. I don't know. They've got machines there too, and I think they have been turned off and kind of blocked off since this whole thing started. Yeah, I don't know. All right, Big E's Vending says, have you guys got on the sports card trend? So Big E's, I have not got on the sports card trend, but I've definitely got on the Pokemon card trend. I don't know if you watched my last game store video collection. We did over $100 in Pokemon and I think Magic the Gathering cards in that little card vending machine we have. How about you, Xtreme? Anything for sports cards?
No, I don't have any card vending yet, but if I did, my wife would buy up all the product because she loved, because I would probably go with Pokemon too, because Pokemon is such a hot item. But my wife loves Pokemon cards, and actually she has a giant collection of Pokemon cards still in the folding binder.
Yeah,
and
that's pretty cool.
All these card records. And during the McDonald's kids meal, she was up out of town.
Mm-hmm.
We bought maybe like 13 Happy Meals between her and her friends.
That's
so Happy Meals.
I don't know anything about Pokemon cards really, so I just buy them in bulk and I put them in those machines, and I guess people have pulled out some really really good stuff from those piles of cards I put in there. But the game store, they are always talking about how happy people are when they are buying those cards. So I'm just gonna keep doing it.
So, how much do you charge per card? Is it 50 cents, and then they go?
So
is it $1?
It's 50 cents per pull. Some envelopes have 2 cards in them. Some have 1. Typically, when I'm stuffing the folders, if it's a holographic card of any type, I'll only do 1 card. If it's non-holographic, I'll do 2 cards. I don't know.
Okay.
I don't know if that's good or bad. I don't know, but it's like I said.
Well, there's some of them that are not holographic. If it's like a first edition or whatnot, it doesn't matter if it's holographic or not. It could be worth a lot.
Well, I may be giving money away. I don't know.
Well, if you ever get a shiny Charizard or something like that, or not shiny, the holographic Charizard from
Yeah,
the original deck,
that's the
that
one.
was nuts. Yeah, I remember on the playground, everyone was like offering $100. Their parents would give $100 to the kid that got it and stuff
Wow,
like that. Yeah.
crazy. I don't know. All right, Nightcore Wolf says a couple other things here. Let's see. He says, yes, we are Wolf Amusements. We are Wolf Amusements, LOL. Since Corona started, there was 6 new Walmarts, I think he says stores open. And Player One Amusements just hurried up and took over before I could. Man, yeah, that sucks. He says, I'm soon to start putting more mini cranes in Walmarts, but some of the locations are in bad areas where they could get stolen. Yeah, I know how that goes.
Well, you know what? If you can get us a Walmart for me and Galaxy Game, we'd be really grateful for
Yeah,
that.
we would love to have Walmart locations if you want to swing us some contact info, right? It's kind of funny because my closest Walmart had a McDonald's when you walked in. You know, when you walk in, it was on the right.
Yes.
And that McDonald's closed probably, I don't know, 6 months ago. And like every time I go there, I look at that space and it says for lease real big. I'm like, like could I do one of those game rooms? But I don't know how much it would cost. It would probably cost way too much. I'm just not.
It probably, yeah, Walmart would probably charge a lot. So, but it'd be interesting, something to try out.
It would be interesting. But you know what's funny too? So I've been actually looking at a space at the mall, and as much as I despise the mall, I think it would be a cool at least a cool thing for the channel. There's a Sprint store that closed, and they already had a T-Mobile store in the mall, so they didn't need both. So they closed the Sprint store, and it's like 800 square feet, and it's really not feasible for anything else other than what I want to do with it. And maybe someday we'll try that out, but they want a lot of money for that 800 square feet, and then they want sales reports and they want percentages of your sales.
Yes.
It is crazy what the malls want.
It is crazy. Malls are and then, what's crazy? Malls are actually dying out because it's like, why would you want to pay that much? But then again, the traffic could be really good. Have you ever tried to go to a mall and talk to some of the mom and pop shops in there and ask them about placing a machine in there?
No, I never have, because honestly, I don't think our mall has any mom and pop shops.
Oh,
it's just all.
I was at one of the malls and they had a mom and pop shop open up, and they had a keymaster in there. And I was trying to get the hold of the owner because I was like, man, I'll put my mini machine and pay him a large percent, so. But I never did go back over there.
I got to ask, what was in the Keymaster? I always like to see what prizes people have in machines. What was in there?
It was one of those Funko Pop stores, but it was a mom and pop shop, so they had a lot of Funko Pop items. Some of the premium items, the big one, the jackpot rare ones were up on top, and they're going to be setting a high playage before they pay out. And then they had smaller mini ones on the bottom. So.
Cool.
But I was like, I really want to get a machine in there, and because I got my own Funko Pops. Of course, mine are from China.
Yeah, I know. You have a Keymaster, don't you? Don't you have a Keymaster in one of your locations?
It's like a Keymaster. It's called like Treasure Trove or whatever, and it functions like a Keymaster, but it's kind of like the off-brand version of the Keymaster, and it does pretty well. So it does, pretty good.
Awesome. Hey, we had X Joint X says hey, and X also says hit the thumbs up button. Yeah, man. All of you out there watching, make sure you hit promote our videos, and don't forget to subscribe to both Galaxy Games 843 and Xtreme Vending. We appreciate that, guys. All right, Nightcore Wolf's Arcade says our Walmart charges us about $45 a month
by the entrance. That's it.
That's got to be a typo. Nightcore,
really cheap.
Nightcore, tell us more.
If that's the place, Nightcore, I will hire you to let me get some Walmart locations. I got this Walmart right here that doesn't have any working claw machines right now. They're all turned off, and I'll put mine in. Oh my God.
That can't be right. Yeah, Nightcore, tell us more. All right.
You're right.
Everyone after this live stream is going to be running out to their local Walmart. Like, I want to put machines in here right now. Oh, I can't wait to hear what
I have a question for you. Have you gotten into charity vending at all in some of your locations?
I haven't. It's not something I've even done a lot of research on. I don't even know how it works, honestly. I know that there's charities out there that will let you use their name. Like, is it a percentage or is it a monthly fee? How does that work?
So I pay a percent I offered them a percent, but I know with the bulk candy, kind of like what you had the candy honor boxes, but
Yeah.
this is the honor boxes version. They only
Okay.
is all they ask for. So if you do like $30 in sales, you don't have to pay $1. Now me, I always felt guilty, so I always wanted to do a percent.
Yeah, of
I
course.
tried the honor boxes, by the way, and COVID happened and it didn't work out.
Now that you mention it, so I back when Tim O'Laughlin was doing Honor Box, you remember Tim O'Laughlin? Timo? Remember Timo?
Oh yeah, yeah,
He has the dinosaur logo.
yeah. I
So
think about that. That's what I thought you were talking
so
about.
so
Yeah,
Timo was doing honor boxes, and he was doing the Feeding America honor boxes. And one thing I thought was really cool about the way he was doing it was any money that he was donating to Feeding America, he could go right to a Coinstar machine, and they would accept donations. You could donate right to Feeding America through a Coinstar machine. I thought that was really cool because it's kind of like you don't have to mail off a check or like use your credit card. You can just take part of that money that you collected and just give it right to them like that. I thought it was pretty cool.
yeah. So for me, I did American Association for Lost Children.
Okay.
They're really nice. It's just a small charity, and I just send them PayPal money through
Cool.
PayPal.
That's cool. That's cool. Yeah, Big E's is asking about honor boxes. He said you guys thought about doing honor boxes, and I.
Oh yeah, I tried it, and COVID happened. I bought like 20 boxes, and or maybe 25 boxes. I forgot. End up, I have. Let's just say I have a million suckers in my house.
Oh, that's so fun. YouTube channel out there, and they're really not as active as they were anymore. But it's Integrity Vending. So if you haven't checked out Integrity Vending, go check them out. It's Trina and Brighton, and they do mainly honor boxes. I think they've got other machines too, but they've got a lot of cool videos if you want to learn about honor boxes. Yeah. All right, Nightcore Wolf gave us a response. He says, yes, our Walmart really charges $45 a month. They're really dumb. He says we bought our 8 Walmart locations from Sega Amusements. Works before they closed down. We bought all 8 locations with machines. And he put a price in there, which is it's a hefty price. But man, $45 a month. I'm sure there's no way none of the rest of us could get a deal like that today. That is insane.
210,000. That is really dumb dream to have that many. So, but the amount of machines, he has 41 machines, including bulk vending, and we make about 3/4 of the money back already.
Wow. Yeah, guys. So, vending can be a very lucrative full-time job, I guess, if you got enough locations, because it really equals locations. That the more machines, the more locations you have, the better you're going to do.
Yeah. How many locations do you have, Galaxy?
I only have like 8 or 9 locations. The problem is I make it look like I've got more because I try to space my videos out with the locations. But I've only got one of the reasons why I only have 8 or 9 is because I've got a full-time job that works me 40 plus hours a week. So when I do my collections or when I do my service, it's usually early in the morning before work, in the evening after work, or on the weekends. So my growth is kind of limited because the way my job hours are. The peak time to go out and get locations, I'm working. So that's my challenge.
Yeah,
That's
that's still a lot of locations. I mean, just getting a location, especially with the larger machines, that's a lot of work.
Absolutely.
So,
and that's kind of why I've relied on Facebook a lot for locating machines, because I just can't get out there with my regular job and find locations on a face-to-face basis.
Yeah. So, like, I don't know if you want to order another mini machine, but if you do get some money together and you order like maybe 4 or whatever, you'll find that mini machines are so easy to place,
Yeah,
and then they'll fit in my car.
Absolutely. Well, I know when I am ready to place more, I'm going to go through your link and avoid all that extra craziness. All those hoops.
Yes. Oh my gosh, that was, like I said, a nightmare going through all Oh my gosh, I thought I lost thousands of dollars at certain times.
I'm sure it had to be stressful.
Yeah, it was sleepless nights.
X says hustle. Yes, hustle, and he's selling right now. I don't know what that means, X, but thanks for the comments. Don't forget to give us a thumbs up and subscribes too. All right. I'm not quite sure what else or what other questions people have about starting a vending business. So if you have a question about starting a vending business, what to do, how to start it, anything like that, throw it down in the chat here, guys, so we can answer those questions as we go. Right now, we're getting a lot of good information about other people's vending businesses, which is really cool. And I think as this whole podcasting develops, we'll definitely have more of you on your vending business, your success, how things go. But right now, we're just seeing what's going to work for us with this whole possible podcast. So if you like it, again, put it down in the comments, give us thumbs up to like, and of course, subscribe.
Yeah. You know what's fun is on Discord today, we had a few people post their success the past few days.
Yeah, you know, I did see that.
Did you see that laundromat collection?
I saw the picture of the drawer pulled out full of quarters. It looked full.
Yeah, it was like he did like 130 in a week.
Nice.
That was fantastic.
Yeah, that would be outstanding. Very, very cool. You know, that's a good thing to talk about right now too. So I don't have a Discord for Galaxy Games 843, but you've got a Discord for Xtreme Vending, and I know a lot of people are always asking me to put together a Discord. Right now, I just don't know what I'm doing when it comes to Discord. I can participate, but you know, what do you think about maybe advertising your Discord for a little bit more growth?
You know, honestly, I think we can share that Discord channel. We can make it a part. Really, just want a community where everyone can get along and work with each other.
Yeah.
And I'll put the. Oh, I got some subscribers. Thank you guys, by the way, for subscribing to
There you go.
the channel.
That's what we're talking
really
about.
Appreciate that.
Yeah, guys. Yeah,
so,
show this guy some love. Go over there to Xtreme
my
Vending
gosh,
and hit that
thank you.
subscribe button.
thank you guys. I really appreciate the Discord link, and I'm getting some subscribers there. I appreciate it.
That's what we like to hear.
I'll put that in the chat. And so you guys are always welcome to come to the Discord and chat. There's some really smart people in there. That I've actually, what's great about having the Discord community is, you know, people look at my channel and sometimes they say they're inspired by me, but learn a lot from the chat. And the deals like, you know, for example, Claw Masters. If it wasn't for Claw Masters, I wouldn't have known about ordering these machines from the other, you know, agency, all that trouble. You know, he saved me all that getting a broke.
Absolutely. All right, X says he's hoping to open a pinball arcade in Hawaii. Wow, that sounds awesome. But X, have you looked at the pinball prices lately? If you haven't, go watch my my arcade auction videos. Please do pinball machines, and I'm sure if you've done your research, you know how expensive pinball machines are. So hopefully you've done your research and you've got a big budget.
What pinball machines have you owned, by the way, Galaxy Games? Because I love pinball machines.
So I've only owned personally 3 different pinball machines. I started, my very first one was called Black Diamond. It was a Bally Midway mid 80s Indiana Jones knockoff called Black Diamond.
Oh, cool.
It was really cool. And that was one of them. When I got to the South, my first pinball purchase down here was a Williams System 11, 1989, I think it was from, called Roller Games. And it was kind of like the American Gladiators, but on roller skates. I don't know if you remember that show. It was pretty cool. I had that one for a long time. I did a lot of work to it. I, changed all the light bulbs out to LED. And then I got a great deal on my machine I've been looking for forever, which was South Park Pinball, made by, I think, Data East.
Oh.
Data East, I think it was. Or Sega. No, made by Sega in 1999, 98, right around there. And that's the machine I currently own. So when I got that, I sold off my Roller Games. And it's been my 3rd pinball machine. And the reason why I haven't owned that many pinball machines is because... they're so expensive. And Palmetto Patina just joined us, and he's correcting me. You're right. It is Black Pyramid, not Black Diamond. Black Pyramid from Bally Midway in 1984. Thanks for the correction there, Palmetto. For those of you that don't know, Palmetto's, he's local to me, and he's a really cool guy. He's my local pinball guy here in Charleston. So welcome to the live stream, buddy. Let's see what else we got. We got X says he just dropped 8K on a Theater of Magic. That's a really cool machine. 8K is a lot of money, guys, for a pinball machine.
Yeah.
So,
my favorite one of the pinball machines I've always wanted was the Mario series. Remember
yes.
the old Mario pinball machines? They were like kid size,
Yep.
and I've always wanted one of those, but they're so expensive.
They are.
They're like $5,000 if you can find a good one.
You know what's funny? So when I first moved to South Carolina, now I live in Charleston, guys, and I'm about 90 miles south of Myrtle Beach. When I first moved here, the first thing I did was scour Craigslist and all those things, looking for deals on machines to buy, because I just sold all my machines up north. A Super Mario Brothers pinball machine in Myrtle Beach for $800, and I missed it, guys. I missed it, but I wanted to buy it and I missed it. But $800. Can you believe that? I mean, like you said, it's worth like $5,000. But yeah.
That's
I'm
that's
still
my dream pinball machine right there.
I'm still
I've
sad
always
about
wanted-
that.
Yeah. Oh boy.
All right, let's see what else we got in here. Kim says pinball machines are very heavy. Yes, very heavy. They are very heavy. And when I had that house up north and I had the basement, I had to move all my machines up and down a flight of steps. I didn't have one of those basement entry things. So yeah. What else we got in here? PC Doctor says he'd like to find an Apollo 13 pinball. There we go. Matt Carter says just left Charleston yesterday. Hope you had a good time while you're here in Charleston, Matt. And Palmetto Patina says Gottlieb Super Mario, and the mini is Gottlieb Mushroom World. Yeah, that's the yellow one, if I recall correctly. Very cool. Palmetto Patina, put some of your pinball titles down in the comments of things you have. I know you've got some cool stuff over there. I have to come over one of these days and play some of your machines. Right?
Yeah. You know, another good pinball machine I used to own was the Black Knight. Did you ever hear the Black Knight?
You had a Black Knight?
I used to. When I was a kid, we had the original Black Knight. My parents, I don't know how, I think they got it at a garage sale. And
Okay.
it didn't work. And my dad fixed it. It was just like a simple little capacitor or something like that.
Oh,
It
those
was
are the
bad.
best. Those are the best fixes. The simple
And
ones.
so he got it really cheap, and I love that Black Knight. We had that for like a decade, and then we
Yeah.
eventually moved and got rid of it.
It's a cool game. Very cool game.
Yeah, I love the Black Knight.
There we go. We're starting to get some titles in here from Palmetto Patina. He's got Pinbot, Star Trek Pro. That's a cool one. Maurice says, I got a claw machine kit from AliExpress. Going to start to design and build my cabinet out of wood. Yeah. Have you seen those? Those like where you can buy like you build your cabinet and it's just like the gantry and all that stuff.
Yeah, I've seen. Actually, I've researched that because I want a pinball machine. So
Pretty cool. Pretty cool. Well, everybody, thanks so much for joining the live stream. We appreciate all the comments. It's good to see some more comments at the beginning of a slow, but thanks for throwing your comments down there. Don't forget to give us a thumbs up, to like this live stream and this video if you're watching it afterwards. Don't forget to subscribe to both Galaxy Games 843 and Xtreme Vending. We appreciate that, guys. All right. Is there anything else you want to talk about when it comes to how to start a vending machine business, or any other tips you want to share?
I think I pretty much talked about everything that I do. I just go out there, and after I research it, like I said on Google, I go out there and I make sure I can meet with the owner so I don't waste my time.
Mm-hmm.
But I go over there and I talk to them and show them the machine, and they usually say yes. And then, it kind of goes with the whole charity thing. I've learned if they have lots of honor boxes in their store, in their restaurant, that this is like a restaurant. If you have that membership or whatever, you're with a charity, mention that you donate a percent to charity, and they usually like that, and then they'll let you put your machines in there usually too.
Yeah. I mean, and then you're helping multiple places by doing that. So yeah, I think it's a good thing.
It's pretty fun.
Absolutely. All right, guys. So before we start wrapping things up, I want to remind you all, if you have questions about how to start a vending business, put it down in the comments, whether it's live or if it's in the replay. We will do our best to answer all those questions we can. But also go back and watch our previous videos, both mine here at Galaxy Games 843 or Xtreme Vending. We share a lot of tips as we go in our videos about what works, what doesn't work, the types of locations we go after, the types of machines we use, what kind of problems or success we've had with those machines. So we really encourage you to watch our videos and then ask questions in all those videos. I know both of us, we get notifications on our phones when somebody comments on our video. So typically we're pretty quick to reply and give you that heart. But so if you have questions about anything at all, put it down in the comments. Crypto Wolf Pup says, tell us about Flip. Are you referring to the Flip app? Because if so, you need to go watch my previous live stream about the Flip app. I go through in very much detail about using the Flip app. So if you're talking about the Flip app, let me know in the comments. All right, we've been going for just actually about an hour and 15 minutes. I'm not sure how long we want to make these things, but there's really not a whole lot I have left to talk about when it comes to how to start a vending machine business. Long story short, high level overview. Make sure you do your research. Make sure you find out what permits you need. Make sure you get yourself legal when it comes to permits, and get yourself protected too with LLCs and insurance. And then start buying machines. You don't have to buy a brand new machine with a credit card reader, guys. Find something that's on your Facebook Marketplace, your Craigslist, any of those things. Go out there, find your location, get your feet wet, see how you like it. You know, a lot of people also commented about honor boxes. That's a great way to start because number one, it's a very small investment. And number two, it gets your feet wet. It gets you out there talking to people, finding out if you have what it takes to go out and ask for a location. Because let's be honest, not everybody can do that. Not everybody will call it to go out there and say, "Hey, I want to put a machine here or something in your business. Can I do that?" Some people just don't have that. So start with honor boxes. Start small. Start with small machines. Work your way up. Whatever it takes, guys.
Yeah, I agree with that. Like honor boxes is a way to get yourself tested out. I find that for me, when I was first going out there talking to people and getting my voice out there and trying to get to these locations, I was always so scared. I was always nervous. I would shake.
I still get nervous. I still get nervous. Yeah. You know?
I know. But now it's like at the point where it's like, I want a yes, and no's are not fun, but I really don't mind getting a no because now I know I can mark that off my list and go on to the next location because most of the time when I go out there and just talk to a business owner, most of the time you'd sell them the idea of making extra money. They want it. And you actually build a friendship with all these owners that you meet and stuff. And every time you go and pay them, especially if the machine's kicking butt and you have to go there every single week because it's just empty and you have several $100 collection and you're paying them $60 here and there every week, they absolutely love you.
That's I guess that's one thing we can kind of wrap this whole live stream up on is talking about benefits of vending for both yourself and those businesses, because a lot of people will ask, why should I let you put my machine here? So what's something you would say to a business that asks that question? Why should I let you put your machine here in my business? What would you say?
Well, my spiel is this: is when I go to the business owner, and I like to talk to the business owner more over than anyone else. But it's exciting if you have an employee that gets excited with you, because then you got an employee that's excited and you go talk to the business owner and the employee's just jumping up and down. Can we have it? Yeah. So sometimes that's good. I've had that happen lots of times. So talking to an employee is a good start. But so my spiel is this: when I talk to the business owner, I'm like, look, this is my idea. You don't have to do this and stuff like that. I actually recommend a contract of something in writing. But I got to the point where I just go up to them like, look, I don't mind if you decide you don't want the machine anymore. If you decide 24 hours from now after I place this machine that you don't want it, you let me know. I'll be back within a day or two, and you can even unplug it. I'll come back and grab the machine. It's no big deal. It's not that bad to move these claw machines around. Big ones too, because big ones are not that hard of a machine. So when you're doing a claw machine, if it was a soda machine, I'd be crying.
For those that don't know, soda machines are like 800 pounds. Claw machines are usually on wheels and much easier to move around.
Yeah. And like my big claw machine, is really only like 150, 200 pounds, and my mini machines are like no more than 70 pounds. So I tell them, there's no obligation, no risk, and I'm going to pay you money. So if you let me put this here, low energy cost is LED. Actually, the power supply box is like only 100 watts. So it really doesn't take up much energy at all. That's at the peak. I don't even think it comes close to 100 watts. That's just the power supply. But anyways, I tell them low energy. I pay you. You don't have to do anything. I maintain the machine. It's my machine. I clean it. I restock it. I pay for the product. All you have to do. And they're like, well, that sounds great. And, what if you get asked every once in a while, what happens if I have to do refunds? I'm like, that doesn't happen too often because they're new machines. And you tell them if there's a refund, your money. Yep. You can give the customer if you want, or whatever. I refund everything that I've told.
Absolutely, so. Yeah. That's a great practice, and I really love how you focus on taking away all accountability from them. That is what you want to do. You want to make sure that they understand you're taking care of everything. You're taking care of any maintenance issues with the machine, the service, the product in the machine, the licensing. You can even say you're taking care of the insurance too, because all that stuff. So anything you need, make sure you all responsibility away from them, and that's going to make it a lot easier for them to say yes to you. Good stuff. X says you've got a great radio voice. Thanks, X. I was a former DJ, so that probably got me some practice with that. All right. Any other questions, guys, out there before we wrap this up? Like I said, we don't want to go too long. because we want to leave some stuff for next time. So guys, if you have any other questions or comments or anything you want, put it down in the chat. Again, don't forget to give us both thumbs up. Like this video, like Xtreme Vending's videos, subscribe to Xtreme Vending, subscribe to Galaxy Games 843. We appreciate everyone's support and taking the time to watch our videos, guys. We couldn't have these channels if it wasn't for you out there. So thank you very much. X has a question. What's your question, X? It's probably going to take a minute to catch back up with the chat. So anything else you want to say, Xtreme?
I think we talked about basically everything. I had a lot of fun in this chat, and I appreciate you taking the time of your day from your wife and everything to do this.
No problem. I enjoy doing this as well. He says, when are we going to hook up and start shipping pinball machines out here? Yeah, so there's a lot of actually shipping companies that we've used, that I've used when it comes to moving machines around the country. I'm not quite sure how that would work outside of the continental US. But the company I would recommend is called STI. So check out STI, give them a call. I don't have a contact name or anybody because it's been a long time since I've shipped a machine. But look into STI. They should be able to do moving machines around the country. So I don't know. All right, guys, it is time to wrap this live stream up. I want to thank Xtreme Vending for joining us. You're going to be joining us a lot more, hopefully. Hopefully you had a good time. You said you had a good time, so hopefully you'll be.
I had a lot of fun. Maybe I
Yeah.
can bring my wife next time.
Yeah, we should bring our wives on you because Mrs. Galaxy Games 843, she loves to help me with the vending, and she loves to tell me, you know, what a bad job I've done at packing the bag when we're putting the product in the machines.
Why does the same? She's you dropped the bill, hon, and all this stuff.
They're the organized ones for sure. Michelle Blanchie at STI. Palmetto Patina says Michelle Bianchi at STI. Cool. Thanks, Palmetto. All right. Guys, again, thank you so much for taking the time to spend with us this evening, to ask those questions, to watch our live stream. We appreciate you taking the time just to hang out with us. It was a really good time. We both had a good time. Again, don't forget to give us a thumbs up, like this video, like Xtreme Vending's videos, and subscribe to Galaxy Games 843. Subscribe to Xtreme Vending. Thanks, guys. We appreciate everything you do for us. Yeah, we had a great time tonight, guys. Thank you so much. It's time to wrap this video up, guys. So, as I always say, guys, this is Matt with Galaxy Games 843 and Xtreme Vending.
Xtreme Vending.
Yes. Thank you so much.